this video, we're going to break down the actual cost of what it's like to live in Pensacola, Florida. Is it affordable? Is it expensive? Well, let's find out and get right into it. Okay, so is it affordable to eat here, right? That's important, eating food. Hub Stacy's right here behind me is kind of a local favorite, pub style, hamburgers, wings, French fries, cold beer, that kind of thing. And it's super affordable. A burger's less than 10 bucks with fries. You can get 6 wings for $6 or a dozen for $11. Delicious sweet tea, and it's a cool spot. It's really close to downtown, so you can have a good time, bring your family, friends. It does get pretty busy on the weekends. And there's other places like this too as well. We've got O'Reilly's, McGuire's, just to name a few. And typically downtown is not that cheap. There's a lot of ritzy kind of upscale places to eat as well. I'm gonna touch on those next, but I just wanted to give you an idea that you can go out, have a good time, and eat, maybe for even 2 for less than $30. Very realistic. Gotta check out Hub Stacy's. Okay, so now we're in front of Jackson's Steakhouse. One of my favorite places to eat, downtown Pensacola, but this is a little bit more upscale, a little more fancy, definitely date night-esque or, you know, special occasion. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but it's not on the cheap side. So just to give you some comparison, 14-ounce New York strip's gonna be about $42. Seared scallop grouper, also gonna be about $39 to $40. It's not including wine, you know, appetizers, dessert. So you can easily spend well over $100 here just for 2 people. So, but man, some of the best steak in probably the South. Seriously, delicious. So Jackson's Steakhouse, definitely got to try it out. But there's a couple other places like this, the District, Angelina's Italian food. So downtown, there's a lot more kind of upscale restaurants like this. Not necessarily cheap, but top notch. And just to give you an idea of the varying prices. All right, so I wanted to touch on utilities. And it's a sensitive subject here. Florida Power and Light, FPL, bought the rights to the utilities here in Pensacola just over a year ago. And some people have been really upset about that. It's not super cheap. My bill personally was about $220 last month. Some months it's closer to $300, especially in the summer months. It can creep into that range, even higher, depending on how long you're running the AC. And so there's a lot of varying factors. How efficient your heating and cooling is, how old your home is, how well it's insulated. So giving an accurate idea of utilities is kind of hard, but according to online, for a 915 square foot home, you're looking at about $155 a month, median range. Again, there's a lot of varying factors, but that's gonna be the utilities in Pensacola, Florida. Okay, so I'm standing in front of the Blue Wahoos baseball stadium. This is minor league baseball, and this is something that's really fun to do. And tickets typically start out at about $15 to go to a game. So it's not that bad. You can take your family. Some nights are cheaper. You can get down to like $8 roughly. And they have cheap hot dogs, cold beer, you know, concessions, popcorn and French fries and all that good stuff. So you gotta go to a Blue Wahoos game. But I would also recommend checking out hockey. Prices are actually very similar. You can go to them for about $10 to $15. Again, these prices can vary depending on where you're sitting. So if you want a good seat, you want to be front row, they can obviously go up into $20, $30, $35 for a ticket. But they're a great time, they happen all the time. And that's something to do on the weekends. Also, the Ice Flyers have a $5 night. So 2 things that are relatively affordable right here in Pensacola. So I'm standing in front of Palmilla. This is actually kind of a newer luxury condos downtown, and these are for rent. And let's talk about rents a little bit. Typically, you're gonna be looking at location. That's gonna be the #1 factor. Access to amenities, downtown, things like that. But downtown, for a 1-bedroom, on average, you're gonna be looking at about $1150. And for a 3-bedroom, you're gonna be looking closer to $2,000. If you're willing to live a little bit further out on the outskirts, you might be looking at closer to $900 for a 1-bedroom. and then maybe $1,500 for a 3-bedroom to rent. But again, there's a lot of variables that go hand in hand with that. Proximity and location is usually number one. And again, how nice the place is, of course. There are plenty of places to rent under $1,000, and there are plenty of places to rent well over $2,000 into the $3,000s. So it just kind of depends what you're looking for and what your needs are. Let's jump into one of my favorite subjects, and that's housing. How much does it actually cost to buy a home in Pensacola, Florida? Well, believe it or not, the cost of housing is actually 12% below the state average and 11% below the national average. So we're a little bit more affordable than some places when you compare it to a big city or other metropolitans. But the median home price here in Pensacola is actually $244,000. And again, that's a median price. That is not a rule of thumb. I will say that location has everything to do with price. If you're willing to live 20 minutes outside of downtown, then you're gonna get a lot more bang for your buck. But if you wanna live in the heart of Pensacola, near Palafox Street, those prices are gonna go up dramatically. But Pensacola is more affordable than some other places. Okay, so Pensacola actually ranks at about 91 out of 100 on the national affordability scale. What does that mean? That means we're a little bit more affordable than the national average. We're not crazy affordable. It's not the cheapest place to live in the country, but it is a little bit more affordable than some places. And there are certain things that might be more expensive, but there are also things that are less expensive. So I would tell you to consider Pensacola. My name's Levi Fortner. I'm with LPT Realty and I run the Fortner Group right here. If you like this content, subscribe to the channel, press the like button, and give us a call, give us a text if you're thinking about moving here. We love helping people. I'm a local homeowner, so that's what we like to do. Give me a call. We'll see you guys soon.